Hello and welcome back to another episode of 25 Years by me, Ryan Bostock. These tales are all true and have happened to me, so I do hope they provide some benefit to you. Today's episode, episode 6, is about habits. Good habits, bad habits, okay habits. Do you have any of them? What habits do you have? How long does it take to even have a habit? How would you know if you've got any habits? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you have good, maybe you have bad. Maybe you have just some that you do that you don't even know is good or bad. But today's tale about habits makes me realise the ones that I've had over the years, the ones I've currently got, and the ones I'm hoping to build on. So I've just finished reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I think it's a great book. It's really helped me understand more about the habits that I've got, understand me how I can build on the habits that I've wanting to have. So say for instance, within the book, James says that a habit has 4 different components. So as its cue, craving, reward, and response. So for years, for the last 2 years, when I've been driving back from London, going back to my hometown, on a Friday, my cue would be that drive back. I would be excited to be going home. So I'd make a few phone calls on the way back because I'd want to get drunk. So that's the craving. The craving is to get drunk, to go out and to socialise. Then the reward is that my response is that I'm getting ready, going out, bought the alcohol to drink, and then the reward is drinking it and getting drunk. So that is how each habit goes through them 4 steps: cue, craving, response, reward. Now, how can you change that? Because I've obviously got to drive back from London, so I can't not drive back, so it doesn't mean I'm always going to drink. What I found was that drive back, it might sound really easy, but I had to really stop myself from calling people on that journey back. I'd ring people from work to talk about work for the next 3 hours for me to not think about going out that evening, or listen to a podcast or listen to music which wasn't going to get me excited to go out. So that is how I tackled that challenge. But using cue, craving, response and reward, you can actually make habits that are good, that are beneficial, that aren't going to end up you being drunk. So one for me is I want to get up in the morning. The end goal is to get up in the morning and go to the gym, work out, and hopefully get into shape. So what I do is at 7 o'clock, do not disturb comes on my phone. That's the cue for me to start winding down for bed. And that cue, winding down for bed, then gives me the craving that I need to go to sleep now because I'm going to get up in the morning. The response to that is start cleaning my teeth, maybe start reading a book to get into bed. And then the reward is actually feeling tired enough to just to fall asleep. So that's a habit which has resulted in me waking up in the morning on time and ready for the gym to go do a good workout. And if that continues and I stick with that, I then lose some weight and reach the fitness goal I want to do. So there are 2 habits, one good, one bad, for me, but still using that cue, craving, response and reward. However, James then goes on to talk about that within the book, a habit, for it to be something that you stick with, some people say about 66 days, some people about 30 days. Try not to worry about that aspect, but just these other 4 aspects, which will make a habit visible. So make it obvious to you, so you can't not do it. So if you want to get up in the morning to go to the gym, get your clothes out the night before so they're out ready and they're in your face next when you wake up. But also that makes it easy, number 2. So the habit is now obvious and easy because it's right there for you to put on. You don't have to make any effort to do it. And then number 3 is attractive. So even though the clothes are out ready, the clothes are, you don't have to do anything. So it automatically becomes attractive because you're going to go to the gym and you haven't got to do anything to do it. Which then, with that all being there, you're working out, you're losing weight, so you've been feeling better, getting them endorphins kicking in once you've worked out and drawing. So then it becomes satisfying. So the habit is now easy, it's obvious, it's attractive, and it's satisfying. So make your good habits them 4 things: easy, obvious, satisfying, and attractive. Now, for bad habits, just do the reverse. So for me with the alcohol, make it invisible. Don't buy alcohol in the house so you see it. Make it harder for me to drink, so I've got to go to the shop. So it's not easy anymore. Satisfying, for me, it was recognising that, yeah, it's satisfying being drunk, but the next day when I've got the hangover, it's the hangover from hell. So I feel ill. And when I became more aware of how detrimental them hangovers were, then I became unsatisfying and unattractive to me because I couldn't drink in moderation. Now, I know I've only spoke about fitness, sleep routine, and alcohol, but you can use habits to make whatever you want successful, or whatever path you want to go on to use. So when I was studying, I used the same sleeping technique to study. Instead of going in the morning to go to the gym, I knew that I was more awake, so I'd get up in the morning and study. And once I just did this day in, day out, regardless whether it was a weekday or weekend, it made that habit of studying much easier. So that's episode 6 on habits. I do hope that's provided some benefit to you. And just to reiterate, the book that I've recently read about habits called Atomic Habits by James Clear. I really do recommend it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the book, if it was a good recommendation or not. Let me know if this episode has provided a benefit to you. So again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. That is another episode of 25 Years by me, Ryan Bostock.